Hi again, everyone. I'm Ollie Matthews. This is Societal Narcissism. This video is sponsored by contribution from Lou, and Lou gave a general contribution, which I will use for this video. I came across this again on X, and boy, did it spark some memories for me from not my childhood, from my teenage years. Very important time. Very important event. It just brought me back to a whole chain of events that went down. And that was when I was learning to drive. I don't know if I had talked about this or not. When I was learning to drive, I learned on my parents' Chrysler New Yorker, which I hated, but they wouldn't let me drive it. Like, they wouldn't, once I got my license, they wouldn't let me drive it. They wouldn't let me touch it. Their other car was a 1984, and this is 1989 now. So 1990. Yeah, 89, 90. The car was in 84, so they had bought it in 83. I remember when they bought it brand new. It was an 84 because it was the first model of the first run of the Ford Tempos, if you remember them. They were box cars. But this one was their title. It was the Ford Tempo GLX 5, and it had a 5-speed. It was black, had red pinstriping. Like, it was their top model for that. Still, they got it with no power windows, no power door locks, no cassette player. The only thing that had air conditioning in it. That was it. Power steering, power brakes. Didn't even have anti-lock brakes at the time. Didn't even have anti-lock brakes. Didn't even have that. So my father's like, you got to learn to drive stick. You got to learn to drive stick if you want to drive anything. And because they were, even though they wouldn't let me drive that New Yorker, they were going to, my father still had his Mustang, his 70 Mustang. They were going to let me drive that and restore it. But the thing hadn't been on the road for 10 years. Had holes in the floor. There was no way that thing was going to be road ready at anytime soon. So it was like another one of these setups for failure. Good morning, Daria. Thank you. It was another one of these setups for failure. But before I even got to the Mustang, to that 70 Mustang, that's probably still sitting in my father's garage rotting away after he had it restored 30 years ago. You know, stupid, like the worst restore you ever seen in your life, but that's neither here nor there. Teach you to drive on this Ford Tempo, okay, in the swim club parking lot. So So that's kind of the setup to this video I'm about to show you. And this is what kind of triggered these memories and got me going down this rabbit hole. And it's very, very short. And it's an example of the opposite of of my experience of learning to drive a stick shift. Kids, it's probably like 10, 11 years old. Like, at this point, like, this isn't something, like, father wouldn't even, either one of them would ever even think of letting me do something like, ever. I was too dumb to, never happen.
Look forward. Keep it even. Right there, even. There you go, boy. Ready? Now you're just going to start turning. Keep the gas. Start turning. You got to use your hands like this. Simple.
See how he's encouraging him? He's calm. He's not making fun of him. Like he's helping his son.
There you go, boy. Look at you. Keep the gas. There we go. Now we're gonna speed it up a little. No, keep her gas, keep on the gas, keep on the gas, keep on the gas. All right, ready? You're gonna go clutch, off the gas and push the clutch. Off the gas, push the clutch.
See how calmly, see how encouraging he is.
Now you're gonna go up to third. Up, over, third. Now gas. Even transition. Ready? There you go, 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 go. Yay! You got it, boy! Keep going. That's what I'm talking about right there. Keep going.
I love you, Dad.
Love you, buddy. Keep going, keep going. So you got a car to your left. All right, they're going straight. Keep going. Keep giving it gas. Keep giving it gas. All right, now you just keep driving in a circle. You're good, dude. All righty, ready?
And that is basically the complete opposite of my experience and probably a lot of your experiences dealing with your narcissistic parents. Like, you know, and this is like seeing that video and just remembering the horror. Not even the horror. It was so it's just so stereotypical of everything that my father did. Are you doing the stripper pole? Are you doing the stripper pole again? This cat loves to just like constantly on the stripper pole. Daria. Completely the opposite. Completely the opposite. So back to my triggering here and like just, you know, why I'm no contact and why I feel the way I do about my father and about my family and about my entire experience. So you see this dad, he's working with his kid, he's encouraging him, like he's not yet like, bring the Ford Tempo down, and this is 1989, 1990. Bring the Ford Tempo down to the swim club parking lot because it's empty and it's off season. And the entire experience is him. You know, I'm bucking the car. He's not telling me anything. It's not making sense. He's like, what are you doing? It goes from yelling to laughing at me. You can't get anything right. What is wrong with you? This isn't that hard. What are you doing? It's just like, it's like this is my exact experience dealing with him with everything, like on the sports field. Same shit. What are you doing? What are you doing? And it's like, I can't think straight. I can't deal with this guy. And the worse he does it, the worse I get. And the worse I get, the worse he gets. And the harder he makes fun of me. And then that's when that fucking laughing starts. That laugh with that fucking mustache that I would stuff up his goddamn nose to this day, rip off half of it and stuff it up the opposite nostril. And then, like, I'm trying, and all of a sudden there's this clunk from the bottom of the car. Clunk. Oh, you blew it up. You blew the whole thing up. Get out, get out. Get out. He drives it. He's shifting. It keeps clunking every time he shifts it. Brings it to the mechanic. It needs a new clutch. It needs a new clutch master cylinder. And he's like, he starts like, see what you did? You can't. And the mechanic told him, like, Brian, the car's 8 years old. Okay. It's the original clutch. And like, this thing was due for a clutch 3 years ago. And that's all he had to hear. And at that point, because that's how my father is, and then now my father hears, oh, okay. And my mother was there. That's right, because my mother was there. That's why, because my mother was there. And once the mechanic said, look, it's not even worth putting a clutch in these things because, you know, they were garbage. You're lucky you got this. And the car had, I think, 110,000 miles on it by that point anyway. No, it didn't. No. 80,000 miles, because my father refused to drive anything with over 100,000 miles. It was crap. And that's why my mother was, I don't even have 100,000 miles and you blowing it up. And the mechanic is like, these were garbage clutches. These are garbage car. Like, you got 80,000 miles out of this thing. Okay, normally these clutches are being replaced at 40 to 50,000 miles on these. And you're talking about an 84 Ford Tempo. Like, seriously. So that's all my mother had. That's all my mother had to hear. And then she goes to my father's like, well, let's just, like, we need a new car anyway. And that's all and then it was great. Oh, we get to go car shopping. Oh, once my mother gives once Drunky gave the green light, then it was on. Okay. And they ended up going to Chevy, and I went with them because at that point it was determined he can't drive stick and he's never going to be able to drive that Mustang. And we'll try to make a deal. We'll try to get 2 cars. We'll get him try to have him buy a used car. And then, because I had my own money at that point. I had been working. I had money in the bank. I had a couple grand in the bank. And back in 89, 90, that was more than enough to get your first used car. So they went to like Englewood Chevy. Like it was like one of these obscure places. And we walked in, and sitting in the showroom was a '68 Chevelle SS with a 454 was it 396? It was either 396 or a 454. I don't remember. The thing was absolutely gorgeous. And my father's like, forget that. I'm like, yeah, obviously. That's when I kind of like, wow, that's amazing. That is a muscle car. Not that Mustang you got sitting in your garage. Like, no. Or rotting next to wasn't even in the garage. It was rotting next to the garage. But what they did have there was, I think it was, because it was a leftover, I think it was either an 88 or an 89 Chevy Nova. Sitting next, that was it. Because they had the Chevelle, no, it was a Nova. It was a Chevelle Nova sitting there. And then they had the 88, 89 Nova, which was a re-release, which was basically a rebadged Toyota Corolla. Okay, it was a rebadged Toyota Corolla. Again, another special edition car. Black with a red racing stripe. I mean, as far as those cars looked, that was pretty much top of the line. Again, no power windows, no power door locks, no cassette player, because cassettes are for idiots. These people. And it had another 5, and it had a 5-speed, which my father, oh good, because he'll never be able to drive it. Because where this story ends up, is perfect. What are you doing, baby girl? I can't have you breaking my stuff. Okay? But you're in beast mode right now, aren't you? You're in little beast mode. Thank you. So they buy it, and the car, it wasn't bad, and the engine on it was great. It was this dual overhead 16 cam valve engine, and it was quick. It was like 130, 140 horsepower, and in that car, that thing was quick, and it was real nimble. It was real nimble. So I didn't get a car there. I ended up buying a car. I ended up buying the Mustang, my 76 Mustang from one of the kids in my high school. Went through all that, which was an automatic. Drove that for about a year and a half. Well, fast forward to my high school graduation, my graduation party. I'm having a graduation. My high school graduation was a combo party with my brother for either his graduation or his confirmation or something. It was some kind of combo with my brother. All right? And, special event day, and I've talked about this ad nauseum. The narcissist will ruin every special day you have. They will do something to fuck with it, to ruin it. And that day was no different. So on that day, all the family is coming over, and, for some reason, I was going out, I was dating this girl, Cindy, who lived a couple towns over, who was actually the cousin of my uncle Mario, who married Ginny, my mother's sister. So this girl was almost was a relative through marriage, no blood relation, nothing like that. Her father was cousins with my uncle Mario, who married my Aunt Ginny, my mother's sister. So no blood relation or anything like that. I took her to my senior prom. I went to her prom. We dated for I don't know, it wasn't a year, like 6 months, 8 months, something like that, senior year. So dating her during graduation, coming to my graduation party, okay, my father had my car blocked in with the Nova. And I'm like, I'm gonna go pick up Cindy, move the car, move the Nova. So like, I ain't got time for that. Like, you get your girlfriend on your own time. I'm like, what do you? She's like a fan, she's. But they were making this. They were trying to pick a fight with me. Okay, they were trying to like pick a fight with me to do something like, and I wasn't buying it. And I picked up and. I had been driving now for over a year, okay? And because I was driving an automatic, okay, I mean, I started paying attention to how the transmission worked, okay, that they shift through gears. Like, my father didn't even go through basic automotive stuff, so I didn't understand what the shifting and like, okay, now I understand what the clutch is engaging so I can shift, and you gotta off and on at the same time. So as I was driving this automatic, I'm thinking, all right, so this is where I would shift. I picked up the keys to the Nova. I'm like, okay, I'll just go pick her up in the Nova. And he's like, oh, I'd love to see that. Oh, good. Let me see. And he goes out. He goes, go ahead. You take that car. You can do whatever you want. You could drive that car. You could do whatever you want. You were so confident with that day meet. You were so confident. And again, I had never driven this car before. But like all things, like even with sports, okay, I always perform when he's not around. Always when he's not around. And I don't have it. Like, that was the point of doing it to me. I jump in that car, neutral, okay, just shifted a little bit before I even started. Like, I shifted it. Like, well, I'm like, okay, I got this. Started it up, looked him dead in the eye, put it in reverse, and just and out of the driveway into first. Lit up the tires in front. Lit up the tires. It was a front wheel drive. I mean, lit up the tires right down the street, and back with her in 20 minutes. I don't believe this. My mother, they were like, wait, like, where is he with this car? Because there's no pagers back then. There were no cell phones, no nothing. Once I was gone, I was gone. And they didn't know, they didn't know where she lived. So it wasn't like they could have jumped in another car. Okay. Oh, no. Want to know why? Because of the long driveway, because they had a big long driveway. My car was behind the New Yorker, and I had the keys to my car. So once I took that Nova, I had them blocked in with my Mustang, and there was nothing they could do about it. And when I got back, my mother's like, you drive me around. I want to. And from that moment, like, she's like, yeah, I guess you can drive this. Like, oh my God. Like, yeah, because I don't have fuckwad trying to sabotage me, ruin my shit, make fun of me. Like, no. Like, I can do whatever I want if I can just get him away from me. This is why I don't usually give him a second thought. Because I know what he was about. I know he was always just about being a jealous little cuck boy, trying to just put every obstacle he could in my way just for the hell of it. Just because he's a feckless little pussy. I look at this dad with his kid. I'm like, is that so hard? Is that so hard, meat? I guess it is. But, okay, if you believe in yourself, and if you're able to put yourself in a headspace, you can get away from this. You can move past this gaslighting and this abuse and all of it. The look, when I put that car in reverse, the look, his eyes turned into like, it was so satisfying. It is so satisfying. And it is important that you don't forget those victories, because there are believe it or not, there's victories in there throughout all of our lives. You just got to recognize them. And sometimes it takes a video like this to trigger you, and you got to think back and like, wow, what really went down? I mean, because driving stick is second nature now. I mean, it's easy. But when I thought the hell they put me through, blaming me for the friggin' tempo blowing, like it always got to be somebody else to verify. Like, you can't blame him. Like, what are you doing? Like this thing was falling apart. It had 84,000 miles on it. Car you've had for 7 years in New Jersey. Every pothole and snow, rain. Like, what are we doing here? It was 4 wheels and an engine and a transmission and clutch. That's it. No accessories, no anything. Air conditioning, crank windows, regular door locks, no cassette player, nothing. Power steering, power brakes, no ABS. I mean, that's it. But, you're to blame. You're the blame. There's nothing you can't accomplish when you get the narcissist out of your life. It's that simple. But think about what you could have accomplished if you had a dad like this guy, It's a shame. It really is. So, let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you to Lou for your contribution. I really appreciate it. And if you want your story read on the channel, you have a topic you'd like me to cover, something you'd like to expose, you'd like to set up a Skype, a phone call, have a private video made, you'd like to sponsor a video like this for someone who needs help and can't afford it, or just make a contribution to the channel in general to keep it supported, growing, and successful, because this channel survives 100% on contributions from all of you. Without you guys, all this goes away. So if you like what you see here and you want to see more videos like this, you know what to do with either the Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, or an email link in the description box below. Also, please like and share this video wherever you can. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and be sure to click the subscription bell to be notified of all my video uploads. Also, be sure to subscribe to both my channels on Rumble. Follow me on X and Telegram as well. I'm Ollie Matthews. This has been Societal Narcissism. Take care, everyone.